So we asked women, what's the one thing you hate about sex? One woman said, having to hold in my farts. Okay. Before we hear more of what women had to say and what they fear about sex, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe. So, what's the worst thing women hate about sex? Their answers are interesting, and they're all over the board. My husband sweats too much, which I don't mind during sex. It's after, when I'm so disgusting I have to go in the shower, reapply my lotion, etc. And I can't have sex unless I'm clean, which means I have to take 2 showers. The one thing I hate about sex is having to get out of a warm, cozy bed to go pee. Yeah, that's my wife. The one thing I hate about sex is the anxiety of whether I'm a good lover or not. A lot of women struggle with that. Even men struggle with that. It's a huge insecurity. The one thing I hate about sex is the pressure of having an orgasm. Between birth control and mental health medicines, having one is very, very hard for me. By the way, I want you to have an open mind when you hear some of these. Some of them are funny. They're meant for us to laugh at, but some of them people really, really struggle with. And it opened my eyes reading some of these from women. The one thing I hate about sex is the anxiety about my body, specifically my stomach. I think a lot of women can relate to this next one. The one thing I hate is the mental stress of it. I take on 85% of household responsibilities, which has turned me into an anxious person with little capacity for fun or spontaneity. I feel like a caseworker, not a wife. I feel like I have nothing left to give at the end of the day. He wonders why I'm too stressed for sex and not meeting our basic needs. Men, I want you to understand that comment right there. I think it's safe to say that a majority of women, wives, mothers feel this way. So the next time she tells you she's too tired or no, I want you to think about this. After this video, I'm literally going downstairs to wash the dishes to help out, because I don't want to be told she's too tired. The one thing I hate about sex is using a condom. That thing smells and it rubs differently. Okay. The one thing I hate about sex is doing it sober. I can't do it without 2 or 3 drinks in my body. The one thing I hate is having my husband think he's doing an amazing job when it just feels like a cat licking a milk bowl. The one thing I hate about sex is trying to determine how long I can realistically fake it. I hate when my husband chooses to leave his shirt on. It's like I said earlier, we all have insecurities, even men. And it's tough to understand why your spouse would be into this. I get it. The one thing I hate about sex is the guilt of not having sex to please my partner. The one thing I hate about sex is it's boring and repetitive. God has blessed me with an amazing wife. A wife who understands that sex cannot be repetitive. We have to constantly evolve sexually, especially being together for so long. We've almost been married for 15 years, and before her cancer diagnosis, which, by the way, for those of you who don't know, she has breast cancer. She just had a double mastectomy. But before all that, our sex life was very active. Lots of it. But we had to force ourselves to be creative. We had to force ourselves to try new things. We had to force ourselves to be different, so it didn't become boring and repetitive. So if you're struggling in this department, understand that her and I, we have gone through a lot of what I just read. But we know how important it is for our marriage. And it's very important. Very important. And if I'm being honest, it's a struggle in our marriage right now, and understandably so, because of her insecurities of what's going on up here. She's in the middle of reconstruction. She's had to sit around for the past few months, not do anything, not exercise. She's gained some weight. It's hard. And the lack of sex has added to her stress. Has added to my stress. And I still desire her despite how different she looks. But I can tell that doesn't matter to her. It's a battle within. And I'll just keep trying to do my best. So what's the one thing you hate about sex? Let me know in the comments, and I may use it for my next video.